Hi there. Welcome back. Had some pizza. I wonder what you guys have for lunch. So, let's read a couple of stories. This one is called Duck and Cover. And it looks like there's a duck and an alligator. So, Jackie Yervolnik, she wrote the story. And she did the pictures. Awesome. Help! The zoo detective. If he finds me, I'm a goner. Ah, yikes, eek, gasp. Are they scared of the alligator? They look it. Why do you think that is? Ah, could be all those teeth. Why are they after you? Asked Irene. I just had a snack. Okay, it was someone's pet. But I didn't know that. Please don't eat us, everyone screamed. Max was afraid too, but he remembered what it was like to be in trouble and alone. Now, it was his turn to help someone else. These guys look really scared. Hello, I'm Max, he said. Hello, Max, I'm Harold, said the alligator. My mouth is big and my appetite is bigger, but I'm not dangerous, really. Please hide me, Harold pleaded. She's not sure to let him in. Please, Irene. I believe him, Irene. Can we rescue Harold? Like you rescued me? Asked Max. See, they're shaking hands. Reluctantly, Irene opened the door all the way. Come on out, wherever you are, Max called. It's safe, and Harold really needs our help. Now everyone think, where can we hide the alligator in this house? Awfully big. Nice shade of green. Far too many teeth. How about the bread box, said Tawny. Funk. Ow! Eek! No, it's too small, said Irene. Yeah, he is awful big. We could disguise him as a lamp, suggested Chloe. I don't think so, said Brody. We need a brighter idea. I know, the basement, said Scrappy. Look at the cats laughing. No, 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 no. It's dark and there are spiders, said Harold. I'm scared of spiders too. Too late, said Irene. Knock, knock, knock. Hide, Harold, now. Think, think, think. Under where? Where? Maybe under the couch. Let's see what they do. Ma'am, have you or your duck seen any alligators? Asked the detective. Why, no, said Sir. No gators here, said Irene nervously. Dogs and cats and birds and rabbits, but no alligators, said Max. Well, give me a call if you see anything, he said, and keep your eyes peeled. He's full of teeth and dangerous. Well, that was a close call, said Irene, closing the door. I could use something to drink, said Max. How about everyone else? Lovely, said Harold. What do you take with your tea, Harold? Asked Max. Scones, cakes, itty-bitty sandwiches, he began. I mean, milk or sugar, Max interrupted. Oh, both, please. A little bit of everything is always tasty, said Harold. After tea and a lot of talking, they still weren't sure how to keep Harold or themselves safe. So they decided to sleep on it in Irene's room with the door tightly locked. The next morning, Max made his usual breakfast of pancakes with a special tuna sauce for the cats. Everyone was finished eating except for Harold. Got anything else to nibble on? He asked, looking around. Look at the cat. She doesn't want to get nibbled on. Remembering that they would be safe as long as Harold was full, the cats ran to the cupboards. Salmon, yes, said Max. Should we boil it or lemon? With lemon on it? Just give him a can opener. Delish, said Harold. Later that day, Max came up with a brilliant idea. Now they knew exactly what they'd do if the detective returned. Until then, all they had to do was to keep Harold hidden and fed. They didn't have long to wait. Open up, we know he's in there. Ma'am, your neighbors called the zoo and they reported seeing someone suspiciously green in your backyard. Okay, Harold, it's no use hiding him. Come on out, said Irene. What? Yelled the detective. Who? Who's the real Harold? They all look like alligators. How funny. Can you see them all? I bet you could make one like that at home. I really need to talk to him, he said. Look, Gator Goof Zoo wishes to right the wrong, Irene read. The dog he thought Harold ate wasn't the girl's pet dog. It was her hot dog. We must have understood. So Harold, whichever one it is would you please come home, they pleaded. Of course I'd like to come home. But I hate to leave my new family, said Harold. I love you all so much. I could eat you up. But to the cat's relief, he just hugged them close. The end. That was such a good book. Duck and Cover. All right, let's do this one here. This is Bright Stanley. He lives in a school. Here we go. Bright Stanley by Matt Buckingham. He also made the pictures too. So he drew all these lovely pictures. Here we go. Far below the waves, a little fish named Stanley lived with his school. They were the brightest, sparkliest fish of the sea. One morning, Stanley woke up late. Hello, it's me, he called to his friends. But the reef was strangely quiet. Suddenly, Stanley remembered that today was the day that his school swam to the cooler waters for the summer. Jumpin' jellyfish, he groaned. He hurried into the meeting point as fast as his fins would carry him. But no one was there, and as he looked around, he saw a bright light. Ah, they haven't gone very far, he said, and he raced towards the glow. Do you see the glow? But it was only a lobster counting coins. Go away! Don't touch my treasure, the lobster growled, snip-snapping his claws. I'm looking for my friends, said Stanley. Fish? The lobster grumbled. Oh, those others were in such a hurry to find someone, they upset all my kinds. Others? Asked Stanley. My friends? Join them then, snarled the lobster, and Stanley sped off. Ahead of him, Stanley saw a shimmer. He could just make out a bright, sparkly fish, one of his friends. Hello, it's me, he called, swimming faster. Conk. Stanley crashed headfirst into something very hard. Jumping jellyfish, he cried. It wasn't one of his friends at all, but his own reflection in the shiny pearl. Little Crab was laughing. Stanley rubbed his bump nose, feeling a little dazed. He didn't notice the dark shape coming up behind him. Looks like, let's see, what is it? When he turned around, Stanley found himself staring straight into the mouth of a huge shark. Ah! Stanley shrieked. Over the coral and under the weeds, he sped with the shark snapping at his tail. Finally, Stanley saw a small hole in the rock below. He dived inside to just being missed and gobbled up. Deep within the cave, Stanley shivered and shook. He felt sad and lonely. He was beginning to think he'd never see his friends again. Well, I can't stay here forever, he said at last. Stanley poked his head out of the cave to see if the shark had left. Jumping jellyfish, he squealed. The sea has a golden orange glowing and glittering. It was the most wonderful sight he had ever seen because there in front of him were, what do you think? His friends. Hello, it's me, he called. Stanley. His friends cheered. Where have you been? We've been looking all over for you. And Stanley told them his adventures as they swam off in the bright, sparkling, happy school. The end. That was a good book. Well, bye for now. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. We'll do another good book. And maybe some flannel stories and another song. Bye, everyone. Bye, Avery. Bye, Eleni. Bye, Zara, Ziona, and Kaylee, and Jackson, and Logan, and Rochella, and Jayleon. Bye. See you soon. I miss you all.